Hey folks, Randy coming at you again. Finally getting around to the video about the rock riff guitar thing, heavy metal stuff I used to use that you can incorporate into bluegrass music or country, or it's used in jazz, some of it, well, a lot of it is. But you know, you can use this stuff in a lot of different types of music. So I'm going to jump right into it here so we can kind of keep this video less than 3 hours long. That what I played was just a 3-chord progression, just a 1-4-5. Let me play the rhythm to it for you so you understand what we're dealing with here. 1, 2, 3, 4. What that is just a G, C, and D, and I chose that because it's probably easiest to show you some of this stuff in. First one I'm going to show you is, I'll slow it down too. First one I'm going to show you is a thing that heavy metal guitarists and southern rock guitarists I've heard use this, among another one I'm going to show you. And it's you can work your way from the 1 to the 4 chord. You can work your way from the G to the C with this thing. Let me see how I can work it in. Here. That's one way to work into the C chord. Now, let me zoom in and explain this a little bit better. You can put this in whatever songs that you choose. So you're coming out of the G into the C chord, and it starts on a 6th string, the 1st fret. I'm not going to go through every note and tell you what it is. I'm just going to play it slow, and you can pause the video after each segment, and here it is. Hope you can see that okay. The light's not at its best. Now, if you're advanced, maybe you can pause the video there and pick that out or pick up on it. If not, if you're a little slower, I'll break it up in segments for you so you can see what's happening, and you can pause in between the segments. So here it is. I'm on the 5th string there. That's the first part. Then it comes down here to the 3rd fret of the 5th string. Hope you can see that okay. I'm on the 5th fret of the 5th with the 5th string. Here's the next segment. So now you just walk the 3rd string from the 2nd fret up to the 5th, each fret. You got it? It's now, if say you were in a tune that held the G longer before it went into C, you can extend this thing I'm showing you really easy. It sounds funky too, but it fits. What's happening there, you're doing the same thing, and and then you're going to note the second string on the second fret, and you're hammering and pulling off from the second fret to the third fret on the second string, and hitting your third string on the fifth fret in between those pull-offs. You get the idea on that lick. Now, while we're in this area, another thing they do a lot of in rock and roll, in G, so you can use that in G or C, either one. So put it into context for you, or try. I have to set in a really funky bind here to get the neck and the keyboard, but hey, it's easier than getting up and moving the camera. So see, that puts you into C. Or I could go. That's a lot of hammer-ons and pull-offs, so rather than tell you what they all are, I'll break this one up in segments. It starts on the second string, third fret, you're hammering onto the second string on the sixth fret, same thing with the first string, and you're going to pull that note off. Man, I'm in a bind here to get this into the screen. Or I'll break it in segments for you. Also, that's going into the C. So also you can use this stuff after it goes to C. So you can even use it to go into D. I know I got a little buzzing here going on, but it's been like it was 20 below zero here last night, and we're running a lot of heat, and it's drying everything out, which I'm also going to do a video of humidifying your guitar. How heat can really screw things up if you don't keep it humidified. Acoustic guitars. Well, I guess all acoustic instruments, or any instruments for that matter, should have some humidification. Acoustic guitars need a lot and should be stored in humidity from around 45% to 55% humidity. But that's another video. So there's you a couple of licks going from G into C, and some things you can do in C there. That's just a thing in G, but you could use that too. Another one used by metal guitars and rock guitarists are, let's see, that brings you from G. Anyway, it's down here on the 8th fret. starts on the second string. Let me zoom in here for you a little bit. See if I can get in a better position where it's at least more comfortable. I think you can see the fretboard there. So we're coming down here on the second string, first and second strings on the 6th fret, hammering onto the 7th fret, the 8th fret, I'm sorry. Then you're bending the first string and pulling off the last note. And barring, that's at the 8th fret. Now, like I said, I'm not going to go through every note of that. This is sort of advanced stuff. If you're not this far along, maybe you should go back to the easier stuff to start with and work up to this. I'll break this up in segments for you here. You can pause the video in between those segments and pick that out. Just another way. It's really hard for me to do it exactly the same every time and remember how I did it. That brings you from the I did it different, but you get the idea. You can pick from that, and like I say, you can put it in any song almost that progresses from G to C or A to D if you have a capo one. That's electric guitar rock riff. Another one of the same thing is this. Trying to get it up where we can see it. I meant to mention a few minutes ago about this humidification. It's so dry in here, and I have this action so low on this guitar because of my hand problems. The guitar is drying out and it's changing, so I need to humidify it or tweak the truss rod just a little bit. But anyway, I'm barring the first and second strings on the 6th fret. Pinky is coming down on the 10th fret, first string. That's a hammer on and a pull off. Same thing on the 8th fret, first string. That's your C. Put you in the C. There's different little variations you can do. It's so hard for me to do this exact same thing every time here, but you get the idea. It brings you from into the C chord, out of the G into the C. So that's another one for you. Here's another one up the neck a little farther. We're starting this one at the 15th fret on the first string. That's a G note. You're familiar with the G chord down here. Let's see. So I'm just starting on the first string at the 15th fret. There's your C. You can change, you know, little things in there. Rather than tear this apart again, I'm just going to tell you, I'm just going to, you know, I'll do it in segments and you can pause the video. So that's that's another one out of G and a C. So, and there's also ones you can do out of C into D. But usually it's better to once you get into the D, the 5 chord, it's better to just do some kind of a riff in that chord. So from this. Show you a thing in D here. I'm just sliding into, this is the D position, so I'm sliding from the 9th to 10th fret on the 2nd string and then hitting the 1st string on the 10th fret. Or I'll do that in segments now. And you can pause in between. That puts you in this D position. So it would be, let's see how I can put some of this together for you. I should have stopped in the D. You can do whatever you want after that. Anyway, there is some rock riffs. There's a lot more of them that we could get into, but I'm trying to cut my videos a little shorter than they've been. I get into some things sometimes and a lot of time passes before I know it. So there's, I don't know how many that is, that's several licks that you can play with that are used on electric guitars in metal and rock and roll bands, southern rock and roll bands even. Jazz players use this stuff. I don't remember which lick I learned from a jazz player, but I'll show you one more here that's pretty cool. Let's do it in G. I did it a few minutes ago. That's all in G. You could use that even to go into C. Let me figure it out for you. That's a little complicated, so let me break that down apart for you. I'll try to do it slower and break the segments apart. C chord. God, I'm in a bind here. I can hardly sit here, but there are several for you to work on. If you have questions, inbox me or comment on this video. I've got some instrument repairs coming up. Those of you that like to learn and watch that stuff and see what you can pick up on it, that's coming up real soon. I wanted to get this video up sooner than now, but it's been hectic here. Last night it was 20 below zero. Right now it was 14, I think, or 12 for the high today here, and right now it's like, the last time I looked before I started this video, it was, oh God, I think 3 below. So it's going to be another 15 to 20 below in tonight, I think. I hope that helps some of you guys and gals. If you have any questions, like I say, post them up and I'll do whatever I can to help you. I want to do a video on humidifying your guitar, your box. You got to keep your box moist. So that's coming up sometime real soon, very soon. And of course, more guitar lessons. So stay tuned for all that crap. Let's get into it. Thank you guys for subscribing, every one of you, new, old, and ones to come. I've been noticing that count going up, and I like that. So thank you all very much for the support, and stay tuned. There's a lot of good stuff coming up here soon, very soon. So stay tuned, watch for it. Cheers. There you have it. -7 degrees outside right now. It was this is showing -15 last night for the low, and it was actually 20 below on the other one. A high of 14 today outside. The top numbers are the outside, bottom are inside. So you can see what I'm talking about. Sue it!